What's the deal, baby? You already know it is. The big boss hog, boss dog. Can't poke through the dope. Could have talked to boxers. Good with y'all boys, man. Your boy having a good day. I took off work today. You know, I kind of laid around for a little bit and, watched TV, with my wife. Now I'm going to the gym. And, man, let me tell you. While I was, relaxing, I'm getting notifications on my phone. I made a post-fight reaction. I talked about Devin Haney, and I talked about how Devin Haney, looked and, in the fight. And, I talked about how that Tank fight, I still would favor Tank, but I got it 60-40. Well, here come the Haney, diehard Haney fans. Gervonta Tank Davis has never seen anything like Devin Haney. Devin Haney's the best. My homeboy Jay Will, a Terrence Crawford supporter, says Gervonta Tank Davis hasn't fought anybody. He's not battle tested. I think Devin Haney will beat Gervonta Tank Davis. My question to my boy Jay Will, shout out to you, brother. I hit you up last night. I said it's too late for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the night before when you commented. And, but Jay Will, why are you using resumes as a way to gauge fights? Because when people was using that with Terrence Crawford, you said it didn't matter. Now, when it comes to Devin Haney, you trying to use that to gauge this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, let me throw this out there, okay? Keep it a stack bundle. All right? And Jay Will, I need you to answer that question in the comment section. It's no hard feelings with me and Jay Will. Me and Jay Will, man, we cool, man. That's my partner. We became cool over the past year. When it came down to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, we had many debates, but it's always friendly and respectable debates. It's nothing personal. You know what I mean? We always keep it professional, but we don't agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. As a man, you're not gonna agree with everything another man gonna say. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But let's keep it funky. Devin Haney at 135 has fought better competition than Gervonta Tank Davis. But overall resume, right? We're talking about overall. I would say it's pretty even, right? A lot of y'all try to sit there and say Gervonta Tank Davis hasn't fought anybody. He has. Pedraza was an undefeated champion. I think that was at 130, right? When Tank won his first title, he beat Pedraza, right? Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Tank beat him, right? Regardless how y'all feel like he looked, he beat him, right? That's a fighter that not too many people are calling out right now. You know what I mean? Let me say this. They'll mention his name, but they ain't putting no action behind that. You know what I mean? We just got to keep it a stack bundle. Okay? Gamboa. Y'all forget. I believe Tank fought Gamboa first. Right? Then Devin Haney fought Gamboa. Then Isaac Pitbull Cruz fought Gamboa. You get what I mean? So, let's just keep it a stack bundle. Right? You got Gamboa. Right? Mario Barrios. Right? Mario Barrios ain't trash. He just beat Ugas. Right? Mario Barrios is a good fighter. And he was a champion at 140, and he was undefeated. He was bigger than Tank, and Tank beat him, stopped him. Right? Then they keep going. So, Devin Haney has fought better competition at one weight class. One consistent weight. Tank is kind of bounced around weights to, fight top fighters at other weight classes. But Devin Haney, I say, at 135 has fought the better names as far as the Lomachenkos, the Jorge Linares, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. I'll give Devin Haney Gamboa, Jorge Linares, Jojo Diaz, Lomachenko. You know what I mean? That's at 135, though. When it comes down to just overall resume, I think it's about the same. But I don't use resumes to gauge fights. I use skill. And when you look at Gervonta Tank Davis, he's not a one-trick pony. Okay? He can fight you many different ways. He can box you, like he showed in the Jose Pedraza fight and the Eastside Pitbull Cruz fight. He can box you. He could go get you, like he did in the Jesus Cuellar fight, like he did against Leo Santa Cruz, right? Where he let his hands go. You know? He could do a little bit of both, which is boxing and going to get you, like he did in Ryan, like the Ryan Garcia fight. He got many wrinkles to his game, bro. Devin Haney, I would consider is a one-trick pony, okay? And not disrespectfully. I don't want y'all to take that as disrespect. He's a master class elite boxer. He's mastered boxing. And I'm talking about just, he can't brawl with you. Devin Haney can't brawl with you. Devin Haney can't fight on the inside. Devin Haney can't fight off the ropes. But in the center of that ring, right? In the center of that ring, Devin Haney will kill you, right? That's just what it is, right? If you give Devin Haney time to collect data on you, that's it. If you try to go get Devin Haney, that's it. You got to fight a complete fight against Devin Haney. Devin Haney has mastered the art of boxing. The boxing style, the hit and not get hit. He's mastered that. He's one of the best at doing that. But that's the only style he can fight. He can't fight no other way. You're not seeing Devin Haney going and get boys, being first. You're not going to see him do that. Devin Haney can't fight how Tank fought Leo Santa Cruz. That's not how he fight. And it's impressive because Devin Haney beats you by still remaining true to himself. You know what I mean? But Tank can switch his style up. Tank can fight you many different ways. That's the difference between the two. That's why I say Gervonta Tank Davis will beat Devin Haney. Because Gervonta Tank Davis can fight you different ways. Now, I was watching an interview with Kevin Ford, and they was like, Devin Haney a big boy. Which he is. You know, Devin Haney talk about going to 147. You know what I'm saying? There's videos, pictures of Devin Haney with a welterweight like Terrence Crawford, which I think is a true 140-pounder. But Devin Haney bigger than him. Devin Haney a big boy. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it a stacked bundle. Pause. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? You know, his frame is big. Devin Haney might end his career at 154. You know what I mean? Like, he could probably be a 154-pounder. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. But when I look at Tank, what makes Tank special is he's small, but he got a lot of skill. And he could beat you many different ways. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all say, oh, Tank ain't fought nobody. Actually, he has. You know what I'm saying? Now, has it been consistently in one weight class? No. And like I said before, I would admit, at 135, Devin Haney has fought the better names at 135. But overall, it's pretty even. If you look at that resume, it's pretty even because you could put asterisks by certain fighters on both parties. You know what I mean? Gamboa. Was Gamboa in his prime when they both fought him? No. So you can put an asterisk by that, right? Tank, to me, his key win in his career, some people say it was Ryan Garcia. I don't believe that. It was Jose Pedraza. You know what I mean? His win against Jose Pedraza. You know? That was his, to me, his putting people on notice. Like, I could level up. That's one of my favorite fights for Gervonta Tank Davis, that fight. This fight right here was my favorite fight of Devin Haney against Regis Prograis. This was his first fight where I was like, okay. Because even the Lomachenko fight, he didn't look that good. You can make the argument he lost. I feel like he did enough to win. I was cool with a draw. I don't feel like he lost. You know what I mean? If they would have said draw, I would have been cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think he did enough to win that fight. You get what I mean? Against Lomachenko. But like I said before, it just shows the greatness. You know what I mean? Of Lomachenko. You know? I keep telling y'all, Devin Haney is a masterclass boxer. He's elite at that. Right? I gotta give him his credit. He's elite at that. Boxing. But Gervonta Tank Davis can fight you different ways and beat you. You get what I mean? And he got that equalizer. He don't rely on his power. That's another thing, right? Regis Prograis relies on his power. Tank don't. Tank rely on skill. You know what I mean? Now, if he get you hurt, that's when he gonna start sitting on them punches and throwing them hoes. But Gervonta Tank Davis don't rely on his power. He relies on skills because he knows that skills pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Them skills is gonna be the bread and butter for him getting a W in that column. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that when it pertains to this fight with Tank and Haney, you know, I think I still favor Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still favor him. I just think he a better fighter. I think he got a little bit more in his arsenal. I feel like he's a little bit more battle tested. Yes, Devin Haney has more accolades than Gervonta Tank Davis as far as belts, physical trophies, but Tank got the accolades from attendance, you know, pay-per-views and stuff like that. See, Devin Haney just started fighting pay-per-views. Tank been doing that. You get what I mean? And I just think that, and that fight is, now granted, I'll say this, Devin is the taller fighter. So it's not going to be an easy fight. You know, you ain't going to hear Boss say, oh man, that's going to be easy for Tank. It's not. It's not going to be easy for neither one of them. You know what I mean? And I get it. Some of y'all are fans of certain fighters. Y'all know Boss ain't a fan of no fighters. I'm a fan of boxing. You know what I mean? And when I look at this fight, it's a tough fight for both parties because both parties have great arsenals. Both parties are good defensively. Both parties rely on skills, right? But at the end of the day, I just feel like Gervonta Tank Davis is a little bit battle tested as far as being in the moment. Okay, a little bit better at dealing with adversity, and also I think he just got a little bit more. He can beat you different ways. I don't see that from Devin. Like I said, Devin Haney is not going to fight on the inside with you, right? Yes, Devin Haney can box off the back foot. Devin Haney can turn you. He can spin you. He can change the angle. But he's a masterclass elite boxer. That's all he's good at, okay? He's not a guy that could be like, all right, cool, hey, in order to beat this dude, you gotta be offensive. So you gotta throw more than you normally throw. He's not that type of guy. You know what I mean? Devin's a guy that relies on that jab, and his jab sets up everything else. And he moving, right? I'm telling you what's going to happen in that fight. It's going to be tooth and nail. I'm telling you, that body work is going to be key. And I'm telling you, Tank go get him. To the body. That body work going to get buddy. You know what I mean? Kind of like he did Mario Barrios. I think it's going to be a fight where Devin Haney going to be winning rounds, right? He going to be up on the cards. But I just think it's going to be like in the later half of the fight where Tank just start winning rounds. And you're going to start seeing Devin slow down. And I think that's when Tank going to start leveling up and taking it to another level. I think early on, Devin going to get the early rounds in that fight. You know what I mean? I say like rounds 1 through 5. But then once round 6 come, I think Tank going to start cutting it up on him. Right? And that's why I see Tank, you know, truthfully, I don't even see a knockout. I think it's going to go to the scorecards. But I think Gervonta Tank Davis is going to get his hand raised. You know what I mean? Because I think what Tank going to focus on is skills. I'm telling you, that's what he going to focus on. Because I'm telling you, Devin gonna try to say, oh man, you just hit hard, you know, kind of like what he was saying about Regis. And I'm telling you, what Tank gonna do is focus on skills. You know? I just see either way it go, Tank hand gonna be raised. Now, like I said, I see ways Devin could win. If he's able to keep Tank on the outside and you know, keep that jab and take face, make a reset, you know, and be elusive, he could win that fight. But like I said before, Tank can beat you different ways. And Tank got a high IQ as well. So he can counter. He has a counter for your counter. You get what I mean? Regis didn't have a counter for Devin's counter. Devin Haney counter him, and then he just looked lost, like he didn't know what to do. Tank know what to do. You get what I mean? Look at that. Go back and watch Mario Barrios. Devontae Tank Davis fought Mario Barrios, who everybody was trying to, you know, talk down on. Oh, he fighting Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios ain't no slouch, bro. That ain't no fighter that you just overlook. The dude is a good fighter. Now, is he elite? No. But he's a good fighter. And Tank has fought a lot of good fighters. Same thing as Devin Haney. The only elite fighter that Devin fought is Lomachenko. That's it. Other than that, like I said, when it comes to resumes, consistently at 135, you can say, okay, at one weight class, Devin Haney has fought better competition at one weight class than Devontae Tank Davis. But when you look at the body of work, right, and you look at it in its entirety, it's pretty even. You know what I mean? You know, that's just my perspective. We're not finna sit here and act like Tank ain't fought nobody. We ain't gonna do that. You don't know boxing if you talking like that. You know what I mean? You or you're just a fanboy, you know? But the problem with boxing is a lot of dudes pretend they're fans of the sport and they really fanboys. You know? Like I said before, Devin Haney is a great fighter, but he only does one thing well. And that's be an elite masterclass boxer. That's it. He beat people the same way. He don't, hey man, I'm going to have to dog it out. I'm going to have to brawl this dude. I'm going to have to fight him on the inside. All right, cool. I'm going to have to do this. He not like that. Like I say, Tank, this dude wasn't even driving. My bad, y'all. He was kind of making me mad because he's sitting at this green light. Tank will brawl with you if he need to, right? If he realize boxing ain't working, all right, I'm going to do this. Devin don't do that, you know? But, like I said, it's impressive because he beat guys using the same style. Normally, you got to switch your style up, you know, for certain fights. You know what I'm saying? Look at Terrence Crawford. How he fought Errol Spence this time, you know, is not normally how he fight. Terrence Crawford normally is an aggressive guy. He wants to come get you. And he wants to come get you and basically try to get you out of there. What he did with Errol was he was very patient. And he countered Errol. You know what I mean? That's all he did. He countered Errol. He knew Errol Spence was going to be aggressive. He knew Errol Spence was going to try to come get him. So he just waited patiently and countered Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And that's how he was able to get the knockout. You know? Which was brilliant. You got to give people credit when it's due. You know what I'm saying? He just countered Errol. But Devin don't do that. He's a masterclass boxer. That Floyd Mayweather style where, you know, it's elusive, it be slick and slippery. That's Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't finna stand in front of you, you know, and be first. Devin Haney ain't finna come out the corner. All right, bet. Let me shoot this jab. Let me shoot this jab in your face. You know what I mean? Let me come out the corner. All right, boom. Let me hit you. No, that's not Devin. Devin particularly waits to see what you're doing, right? And then he'll counter you. And then once he see like, oh, okay, this dude ain't working with nothing. All right, bet. You know? He hit you, change the angle. You know? Change the angle, turn you. Right? And he could turn you without physically just touching you. You know? So, like I said before, Devin Haney, great fighter, but he only fights one way. So let's put some respect on Tank's name and his resume. Boss gone.